life insurance is real important. Just imagine you being 16, 17 years old and your mother on the 4th of July, you and your family, your siblings and things like that, y'all going down south, you see your loved ones and things like that, planning on having a good time. And then that morning, you get a phone call talking about, boom, your mother passed away. So as a 16, 17-year-old kid, you thinking about like, damn, you talking about me? So that's my story. So back in 1998, going into 1999, July 4th, my brother, my dad, and I, we were going to Arkansas for the 4th of July to see our grandparents and things like that. But every year, every family annual type reunion type deal. We get down there and that morning, my dad gets a phone call. Somehow my grandmother's phone number, they called down south. They called that morning and said pretty much that your mother was killed. We woke up like just truly hysterical, like what the hell is going on? Just keeping it all the way real. Rewind back, my dad burst into the room. Me and my little brother, we were sleeping. He was like, Mama passed away. And we like, huh? We thought he was talking about my grandmother. So he was like, Mama passed away, Mama passed away. So I get up, I run outside, go looking around. I'm like, huh? I see my grandmother over there. I'm like, Dad, she by the chicken coop, like feeding the chickens. No, he was like, no, your mother passed away. And it shocked me. I just stood still. And then I was like, boom, I punched a hole in the wall as a teenage boy. Then, my grandfather, he grabbed me. He was just like, pray, boy, pray. Then boom. 4th of July over with. We turn back around, go to Chicago and things like that. Drive back to Chicago. That's where I'm from originally. So we drove back to Chicago. And just that whole ride, it's me and my brother and my dad. We just trying to hold it in on the way back home. It's just like super, super quiet. The whole 8.5, 9-hour ride. So it's very, very quiet. Fast forward, my dad is like, sitting at the table, really just trying to get everything together, to plan my mother's funeral services. But guess what, y'all? My mother didn't have any life insurance. My mother was 35 years old when she was murdered. So I'm a lot older than that, but I'm thinking I'm like, damn, back then when I was 35, I'm like, man, my mother was young. So my mother passed away, but she didn't have any life insurance. And so let's just like, well, that's her fault. No, not really. So a lot of us really, we don't have life insurance, not simply because we can't afford it, because I look at the things now, everything that we do on social media, everything that we do outside of social media, you can afford life insurance. If you have almost $1,000 phone, $1,000 iPhone, $1,000 Samsung Galaxy, whatever you into, it's $1,000 or more for that particular device. And you got insurance on your phone too. So you got to think about it. If I'm spending almost $1,000 or you on a payment plan for the phone, I know what we do. You ain't paying for the phone fully up front. You adding it to your bill. And on top of that, because you just paid a lot of money for this phone and you set it up where the insurance, is paid on your monthly bill, or however you set it up, whatever you do with the major carriers. So my point is, if you're paying for $1,000, $1,500 plus cell phone, and you have insurance on your cell phone, why in God's name don't you have insurance on your life? Just keeping it real. So I have family all over the United States, but mainly in Memphis and in Chicago. Not glorifying the violence and glorifying the gang life or anything like that. But if you stay in one of those two cities or wherever you stay, if certain weird stuff happens, certain weird shit happens in your community from where you from, you have to get life insurance. Why don't you have it? You got insurance on your cars. Well, some of y'all do. You got insurance on your phones. Some of us do. You got insurance on your jewelry, your bling, you iced out and everything like that. So why don't you have life insurance on your life? Take care of it before that day comes. Death isn't an appointment that you and we can't cancel. The clock is about to get punched. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not trying to scare you or fear monger you into buying life insurance, but it should, especially in 2024, going into 2025, whatever, like be something on your priority list. Like just right now, we in a season where everybody's about to file their taxes. Everybody about to get, be richer than you ever been, So that should be on your priority list. One, getting life insurance for you, husband, your wife, anything, anyone has an insurable interest, meaning that you depend on their income, or if they pass away, you're gonna need some type of financial instrument to take care of their final expenses, i.e. burial, funeral. You need to have insurance on your children, God forbid. We insure all the way from ages 0 to up until 90 years old. You can get insurance. You can get insurance if you got cancer. You can get insurance if you have sexually transmitted, infection. You can get insurance if you're diabetic. You can get insurance if you've had a stroke, heart conditions, any health ailment. I can help you. You need insurance. You have to have insurance. That's mandatory. And we not talking about them little $10,000 policy that mama had up under the mattress, big mama had up under the mattress. Not them little in the mail Gerber policies that you see. Come on, that's not insurance. It's a marketing gimmick, in my opinion. But you get the point what I'm saying. Get life insurance. Get life insurance, properly file your taxes, and get your credit fixed. Those are the keys to wealth. I hear all of these gurus talk about generational wealth and get the IUL policy and the policy pays for itself. Don't listen to those type of individuals if they don't have a license. Let me say that. I'm licensed in 46 states. Listen to a licensed professional. Everyone can go to YouTube University and start to spew off information, but for the most part, listen. Get life insurance, get burial insurance for your grandparents or something like that. Get final expense, get term policies, especially if you're young and healthy. There's no excuse. If you're young, healthy, and able-bodied, not the life insurance on your job. A good friend of mine, let me just tell you a story about that. He had life insurance on his job, but what most people don't know about those group life insurance policies, that's what they really are. They just group you in, and that's why it's so cheap. And they say they equal to your salary. So if you're making $70,000 on your job, and then all of a sudden you pass away, unexpectedly, guess what? If you didn't opt in to have accidental life insurance, then the group life insurance policy is really null and void, because guess what? They do what's called a PHI, or they do a check to see if you've had any sicknesses. So if they found out, okay, yeah, you're on your job and you pass away, unexpectedly via car accident, or you had a ketoacidosis, or you went into a diabetic coma or something like that, and then boom, you're no longer here. They will check your medical information bureau. They will check your medical records to see if you passed away from some type of ailment. And then guess what? They won't pay off the policy. Most people don't know that. Oh, I got insurance on my job. You jacking your slacks, you patting yourself on the shoulder, but you know what you don't know. And I don't fault anyone for that, but you need life insurance. Always get life insurance outside of your job. Just consider the job insurance free insurance. But we flip-flop jobs every 2 years, which is normal now today in modern times. But for the most part, you need life insurance outside of your job. You need a couple of policies. At least minimum two, three, depending on how much you make. You got to think about it. Just think about the emotional part of it. Just check it out. The logical, yes, it just makes sense. I pass away, boom, my wife, my significant other, my husband, my kids, whatever, they go get a check. I got a $300,000-$400,000 policy. The house go be paid off. They go be able to put me in the ground. My wife, my family, they go have some money to live off, for a couple of years, depending on how you structure the policy. They go have some money to live off of for a couple of years, since I'm not here, since I went to the upper room, I'm buried, at least I know on my deathbed, or you should know on your deathbed that, man, okay, I did the right thing by my family. No one's gonna put you in the backyard. It's illegal. You can go to jail. It's a selfless, unselfish thing, for you to do to make sure that your people are straight. They already gonna be stressed out, man. Trust me. I stay in the city of Chicago, and I've seen plenty guys, from the block. They got something happen to them, and unfortunately, all the guys don't have it. And so then your people, they going down to the funeral home, trying to negotiate, get on a payment plan with the funeral director to put you in the ground when you had the opportunity, when you had bands on bands on bands, you had money, you had a job, you had some type of cash, or when you had something coming in, you put that to the side. And then on top of that, now everybody trying to wheel and deal, fish fries, car washes, hitting other folks up, patting their pockets, pocket watching them, put you in the ground. I know it's a tough conversation. It ain't just a black thing. It's a whether you can afford it, which you can, which all plans are affordable. It's just more so, have you thought about it? You need life insurance like you need oxygen. Because on top of that, don't nobody want to be planning for you. You got to plan for you. You got to tie your camel where you are, especially if you're a male or a female. And speaking to my ladies, like, just keep it real. Ladies, I hate to say this. I hate to say it. I hate it. And something happened to you and you got babies, and let's say you a single woman, you pass away, you got babies at the house, you got little ones that depend on you. You got to think about it like this. If something happens to you, who gonna take care of them kids? And let's say you got siblings, you got your mom, you got aunties, but just really, really think about it. Are they really gonna take care of your children the way you take care of them? I want you to sit on that. You know how it is when somebody go and babysit your kids, they calling you like, man, when you go come pick these little niggas up. People got tolerance. They got certain levels of tolerance for a certain period of time. So just imagine you are no longer here and your kids got to go stay with your auntie. They got to go stay with your sister. They got to go stay with their uncle. They got to go stay with grandmama. Most people, the majority of people, are not going to take care of your kids the way you take care of them because they're yours. You know their ins and outs. You know what makes your kids tick. You can read your kids without even saying nothing, and they ain't got to say nothing to you. So just imagine somebody else then rear them. That's why you need it, to make sure they're going to be straight. So if something happens to you, they got a couple of M's, but your kids are going to be straight. Let's talk about getting insurance on your kids, on them babies. Some of us, we got knuckleheaded kids. They hell raisers. You need insurance on them too. It's 2024. We're not acting slow no more. We know that's your baby, but your baby a hell raiser. So you need insurance on them too. The game has changed. You're not paying insurance, with money orders. The insurance man ain't coming by your house like they used to do in the 60s and 70s, early 90s, early 80s. They ain't coming by the house collecting your premium and writing it in a book. They not doing that no more. You got to have a checking account, y'all. Come on. Stop playing with this now. You can't pay your insurance with money orders. You ain't mailing the money order in. You can do it, but you know how cold it's been outside. You getting your mail late anyway. Do you want your premium to be late? So boom, let's say something happened to you that they don't get that money order that you mailed in to the insurance companies. And most insurance companies ain't accepting money orders like that anymore. But just for the sake of conversation, I'm just saying, you gotta have insurance. You gotta have insurance the right way. You have to, regardless if you sickly, if you got some type of health ailment, you can get insurance. Whether you got a checking account, if you have a checking account, the preferable way is a checking account. You can get insurance. For my seniors that's on fixed income, you getting all your little money, on the little debit card that they give you, you can get life insurance. You can get it. I'm telling you this because I love you. Because I know I would want somebody, to have a real solid conversation with me so that I'm not out there, naked and afraid with I got insurance on my cars, on my phones, my life, all of that. And so should you, man. You deserve that. And it's not for you. Well, I don't benefit from it. We got to man and woman up, man. Whether you at the highs of the high of your career, you making 6-7 figures, and you at the bottom of the barrel, you at the lowest of the low, you still got to have insurance. You got to be selfish for you. You got to be selfish for your family. Because guess what? My mother didn't have insurance. So I always think about, damn, what will my life be like if moms had insurance? What if she had it? She was 35 years old. She was at the, about to be at the prime and peak season in her life. We talking about it right now. We go eat this. We go eat it off the plate right now. We go get full off of this game. We go get full off of this knowledge, sauce, ragu, whatever you want to call it. We know about it now. Everybody know about life insurance. Yeah, you got to pay for it. Yes, it's another bill, but that's a bill worth having. It's better than your cell phone bill. It ain't for now, that's for later. A nest egg for later. So save up for life insurance. Set at least $100 aside a month for your policy. Set it aside, because in the end, your family is gonna need it. You don't want your family putting up GoFundMe pages. That's just predication simply because that means that you wasn't prepared. And your family knew you wasn't prepared. So now you have to go to other people to ask them to take care of you, your business, and your final situations because you wasn't prepared. You heard about it, you seen it, you scrolled past it, Somebody talked to you about it. I get back to them later. And then that later came now, and then boom, you Black Hawk down. You down bad. So it's a conversation that it's a tough conversation, but it's a needed conversation. Take care of yourselves, y'all. And I'll just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. But we go drive it home hard. Because I love you, and I want you to get life insurance for yourself. So tune in, tap in, and learn more.